gosh damn Brit right up to their prissy raised eyebrows. He hated every one of their little pasty-faced children. He hated their yappy dogs, their fat cats, their tiny carriages, their windowless walls and narrow alleys. He hated the way they didn't say what they thought. If one more slick-eared, stall-fed Brit answered him one more time with the word indeed, he'd rip the fella's tongue out. Oh, what did it matter? He was headed home. In that spirit, he ambled over to the only furniture in the room, a wood bench, and sat on it, drawing one long leg up to hook his boot heel on the edge. He lay his arm over his knee, his metal flask dangling in his fingers. "You idiot, Gwyn." His now former fiancée. Oh, he hated her. He loved her. He missed her. How dare she be so mean to him? He had another quick mental argument with her. He'd been arguing with her all afternoon, even though she was present only in his imagination. Once more he explained carefully and convincingly exactly what had happened today. It made perfect sense. Over and over, his explanations made everything all right again. A shame the real woman wouldn't be hearing his fancy speeches. He raised his flask again, light, hollow, near empty, and polished off the last of the whiskey. He was just wondering what the limit was before the rest of his body interpreted English whiskey the way his taste buds did, as poison, when his vision jumped. It was a new variation to the swimming of his head. He leaned back on one arm to make the movement stop, which it didn't. He closed his eyes. Oh, how his body hurt. Closed, his swollen eye felt the size of a peach. The lid didn't unfold right. Sam bent his elbow, shifting around to lower himself backward onto the bench. Hard as the surface was, meeting it seemed a relief, almost comfortable. He let his shoulders, then head, drop the last inch, a clonk onto wood. Fully horizontal, he knew a dicey moment as to whether he could stay in this position, or whether he'd have to heave his sorry self up so as not to choke on all the liquor and coffee keeping his breakfast eggs company. All of it considering a return trip. Exhaustion won. He sank past queasiness, falling a plummet into sleep. Like a U.S. silver dollar dropped, blinking then disappearing, down, down, out of sight, into the deepest part of a choppy Channel Sea. "Penis," suggested Lydia Bedford Brown. She and her lady's maid sat side by side on a one-horse farm cart as it pulled to a stop. "Ask him to tell you about his penis. That's what anatomy books call it." Rose, round-cheeked, round-bosomed, and a head shorter than her mistress, tied the reins as she giggled nervously. "Oh, I couldn't possibly say that," she answered, and set the brake. Married this afternoon, Rose had just stammeringly admitted that she hadn't the foggiest notion about that part of a man. Not a clue what it looked like, what it did exactly when it came to a woman, or even what to call it so as to open a discussion about it with her new groom. Alas, back in Yorkshire, Lydia's father's library at Castle Wiles contained numerous representations. She even knew where her brother kept his forbidden copy of the Beardsley drawings to Lysistrata, with their amazing exaggerations of the fanciful item under discussion. Of course, she could have found Rose pictures of fairies and werewolves, too. They were roughly as real to Lydia, and as relevant to the life of the Viscount Went's daughter. She laughed. "Beyond recommending anatomy books, I can't help. I'm sorry." Rose nodded. "I just thought you might know a good word. You always know words." "Well, I've already given you the best word I know." She lifted a handful of skirts and stood up, thinking to abandon Rose, the conversation, and the cart. "You mustn't fret," she counseled over her shoulder. "Thomas will help. It doesn't matter how you say it. Just ask what you need to ask, however it comes out." She studied the ground below, gauging the distance, then felt Rose's hand at her elbow. "Wait," the girl said. "I'll come around to help." Lydia shook her head. "I can manage." She took aim on a spot several feet below, where she intended to land. Indeed, in London, someone would have been there, arms outstretched. In London, a dozen people...